Okay, so PGUESS is not that bad. So here's a sample problem. Lolly the sheep wants to bake a cake, yada yada yada. The rest is pretty irrelevant. So what we want to start with is P, which stands for picture. So this is a problem with a sheep making a parabolic trajectory. So we start with a cliff, like this, and then there's a sheep that goes off like this, and then we just label this D, and this, I guess, can be H. Okay, and so we're given that the cliff is 68.0 meters tall, and the starting velocity of the sheep is 40 meters per second. And I think we can assume here, even though it doesn't say which planet we're on, I think we can assume that the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, so those are the givens, which G stands for givens. And then U stands for unknowns. We're solving for the distance traveled over here, so that would be D. And then E, equations. So I think, let's see, this insanely useful equation and probably the implicit one that's not on the AP sheet would be pretty useful. So we can write y equals y0 plus y, v y0 plus 1/2 a y t squared. For this equation, I think acceleration has to be constant, so whatever. And then the one that's not on the equation sheet that we should memorize is x equals x0 plus v x0 t. Cool, very useful. And then S stands for solve. So I guess we can do some manipulation here. So the end y we can make 0. So that means the starting height is h plus, there is no starting y velocity, so that's 0. And then acceleration is negative g, since g is positive. It's just a scalar value. So minus 1/2 gt squared. And then here x, we can implicitly subtract x0 from both sides, and that gives us d equals v0t. And then here we can solve, we can move this on the other side. So 1/2 gt squared equals h. T equals square root of 2h over g. Cool. And then we can substitute this back in here. So this equals v0 square root of 2h over g. And then the second S stands for substitute. So we can put in our givens, 40 meters per second times the square root of 2 times 68.0 meters over 9.80 meters per second squared. Okay, so now we can use our insanely useful, our handy scientific calculator. 40 times the square root of, nope, that's the wrong one. This one. The square root of 2 times 68 divided by 9.8. Oh no, scientific notation. No, thank you. Flow. Okay, so this is equal to 149 meters. Let's see. Yes, these cancel out. These m's cancel out, so s is on top. S times this over s is m, so meters. That makes sense. But then the third S stands for SIG FIGS, and annoyingly, like all physics teachers, they only gave one sig fig for 40. So this answer only has one sig fig as well. And does it make sense? I guess so.